Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel we post writing tips, unboxings, book hauls, book reviews and the occasional vlog. For all of you who are not new to this channel, you'll know this is not my house. We're on holiday in Cornwall at the moment, but as a true workaholic, I had some videos to film, so here we are. And today is a writing tips video for you, and we're discussing how to write faster. It doesn't mean writing more accurately, it doesn't mean writing any better. It's literally getting the words on the page, and if you so need to, if you're in NaNoWriMo, if you have a deadline for yourself or from an editor for when to get a chapter finished by, then you gotta get those words written. Before we get into those tips, don't forget if you like what you see to subscribe to this channel. You'll continue to support me a lot, so thank you guys so much. Alright, so here are my 5 top tips to write faster. Number 1, writing sprints. We all know that writing for a massive amount of time can generally get you stuck. For example, if you do Terry Pratchett's way of you have to get the words written before the end of the day, you end up procrastinating, as he himself did, of he would rejig his bookshelves, he would do emails, he'd do everything but write, and then just before bed, write 2,000 words. Some of us ain't got time to hang around in the office for that long, so we gotta write when we gotta write. So a way to do this is to do writing sprints. There's various different ways to do a writing sprint. You can do it with other people where you compete to write as many words as possible in set amounts of time. So say we had a 2-hour writing sprint and we broke it down into 20 minutes on, 10 minutes off, and every 20 minutes we see who's written the most, with 4 10-minute breaks to discuss who's winning and how everyone's doing. This can give you a competitive goal, which makes a lot of people write faster. For me personally, I don't like competing with my word counts or with writing in general. I just write because I love to write, so I don't need to compete. I do like to say if I start writing at 5, I want to give myself a full hour. If I write 1,000 words in the first half an hour, I get to have a 5-minute break to watch something, or vice versa. By doing a writing sprint and not just a massive I must write today, it gives you a set time which focuses your mind and means you're less likely to procrastinate on other chores and things to look at. This links into my second tip, which is number 2, no distractions. This, I mean, turn off your phone. If you have to, turn off your internet. If you don't want to turn things off, throw your phone into another room. Every time that thing vibrates, it's going to take you out of your story and make you look at your phone. You can also do things like putting up a do not disturb time on your door so people know not to come into your room or into the room that you're writing in whilst you're writing. Other people can really interrupt the creative flow, not in a bad way. I don't mean you can't have friends and family around, but they can interrupt the process. Just let people know your schedule. Let them know that you're going to be writing. Please do not disturb until whatever time or until you come out of your creative room yourself. Another bit for no distractions is don't research whilst you're writing. Again, this is not a thing to write better. It is not a way to write more accurately. This is to write faster. So by not researching, if you get to a section and in your work and you're like, I think I need to know a bit more here, highlight it, circle it, write a comment, whatever you got to do, just make a note, move on. You can research after. You can have a different time or place to research than you do writing. You'll still get it done, just not during this writing session. Likewise, don't search for the correct wording. If you're going to use a crappy word, use the crappy word, correct it later. If you just want to get those words down, get this word count going, you gotta just put it down. You'll make it better when you edit. Number 3, don't edit. Leave your edits until after your writing session. You can maybe have a writing session and then the next day do an edit session. This is something I quite often do. What I also sometimes do is I have a quick edit session before I start my writing session. This gets me back into where I am in the story, makes me feel like I've corrected a couple of errors from the last writing session, but then as soon as I get to where I've written up to, we get on with just writing. Leave the edits till later. Number 4, don't think about speed. This sounds really weird, but don't think about writing as many words as possible whilst you're writing. Just think about your story. Just get into it, get into your creative zone. You write as many words as you write ultimately. This is just ways to write faster, and sometimes not every 2 seconds checking your word count will help you write more than if you check it every few seconds. And number 5, schedules. I don't just mean letting people know your writing schedule, I mean make your own writing schedule that you yourself will stick to. Writing little and often generally means you can write more words than if you write nothing and then have a massive writing session where you spend a lot of the time staring into space dreaming about what your characters are doing. If you write a little every day, or at least every couple of days, you're gonna write more when you do sit down to write, because your brain is already ready to focus in on that. Same as if you write the same time every day, your brain is ready to go, oh yeah, we're on to that now. I do this with my exercise. I exercise immediately straight after work, and trust me, if I miss it, my body tells me off. It gets annoyed if it doesn't get its exercise after work. Writing's the same thing for the brain. And bonus tip number 6 is don't stress. Everyone writes in their own way and at their own pace. If you want to write faster because you're in NaNoWriMo, or because you have a deadline for an editor, or you just really want to get this draft of your book finished before Christmas, that's totally fine. And these tips are definitely ways that will help you write faster. But it is not the be all and end all to be the fastest writer or to write the biggest word counts per sit-in. Ultimately, it's the story at the end that matters, and that you are enjoying the writing process yourself. So don't stress. Stress is counterintuitive to creativity. Generally, it'll just shut you down. So don't stress about it. Try out these 5 tips and see what works best for you. Your writing should increase. And that's all I've got for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you see. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you want to see as soon as I upload, click the little bell down below. You can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or Tumblr. I post bookish pictures, as well as my writing tips and unboxings on there. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye.